Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. Here on the ADA chart, we're currently tracking a sideways consolidation correction. I mean, okay, it's a bit more down than sideways, but really we've only been moving sideways in the last couple of months, yeah. After the price hit this low in February, around 51 cents, we had a rally, a dip, but everything's just corrective in nature. So we're still moving in the same range between 51 cents and $1.16, $1.17 above. And I explained to you a few days ago, not a few days, over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about that the price could be moving in this triangle pattern. And it's an ABCDE structure where we have an initial move down in A, a move up in B, a move down in C, a move up in D, and then a move down in E. So this is a sideways correction, a sideways consolidation, and then from there we could see the price move up further. After this wave 4 is obviously completed, and it's a series of higher lows and lower highs we're tracking there. And at the moment, we could be in the late stages of wave C to the downside of the triangle. Important is to understand that this C wave must not break below the red line at 51 cents. That's not acceptable. Yeah, any break below 51 cents it would invalidate the triangle. Just simple as that. You know, there's no gray area, there's no wiggle room. This C wave, if it goes below the low of the A wave, it's not a triangle. So this whole thing in wave 4 can't be a triangle then. I'm tracking the triangle. I'm tracking here, however, in the C wave, a complex move WXY structure. That's what we talked about yesterday. Is this common? Well, WXYs are not so common. However, a C wave in a triangle, and I think I mentioned that in some of the previous in some of the previous tutorials we actually made, I talked about the C wave is often the most complex one, right? So it's a complex correction, a WXY structure. So when we're looking at the Y wave, yeah, this is an ABC structure. What I don't like about it is that the C wave is so short, but it's valid. I mean, we might even call it a WXYXZ pattern, but then this is more like a 5-wave move down. Anyway, what we're watching for is somewhere between here and the 51 cent level, a potential reversal to the upside and the start of the D wave. And it formed the lower low below the previous one. It's technically an ABC structure, but the question is this only wave 1 of C? If it's only wave 1 of C and we're forming wave 2, then it's going to come very close to the invalidation point. Okay? So that would be, you could say that would be an alternative scenario I'm tracking. Definitely cautious about that. That's why I said in one of our member updates earlier today, when I updated, where I updated members, with an ADA update, I explained that it takes a break above that green line around 77 cents to unlock prices in the 95.5 cent region, right? Because technically speaking, it could just be a 5-wave move down that unfolds here. So as an extension. And then we'll have to see if it actually holds support at 51 cents, which would then be a challenge. So I think it will be very important for the bulls to drive the price above that 77.5 cent level, because it would invalidate the blue potential. Okay, so this would be a key level, absolute key level, key pivot that I'm watching. And then why that area up here fit 95 cents to $1.05? Well, because this is a common target area in a D wave in a triangle. Normally the 61.8, right? So, I mean, it's more like this, like 38.2 retracement to 61.8. But I like to see a healthy D wave, but it will also depend on the microstructures that develop. So this is only like an area of interest, nothing super reliable, just something to watch. It doesn't have to be reached. You know, we're in a range, but if indeed a D wave is unfolding, this would be an area to focus on. And then from there, maybe an E wave pullback could unfold. And then if you're not so familiar with Elliott wave, then let me tell you that typically towards the opposite side of the E wave, we would expect the breakout. So that's what we're tracking at the moment. That means in the very short term, the focus is on whether the bulls can hold the last swing low that formed here around 63 cents and drive the price above 77.5. That's the update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.